My dear Rebecca, how lovely to see you. Hello, Uncle Targa. Good to see you too. She was 10 minutes early for their meeting, but of course he was already there. I thought you were abroad. When did you get home? She leaned over the cafe table and kissed the old man on the cheek. He still smelled the same: shaving foam, aftershave, cigars, and something else very familiar. Something she liked. Oh, a few weeks ago. Would you like something? Coffee? Tea? No, how silly of me. Excuse me. He waved the waitress over. A cappuccino, please, with lactose-free milk, if that's possible. He smiled at Rebecca, but it took her a few seconds to return his smile. He didn't seem to have noticed her reaction. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch before, Rebecca, dear, but since I got home, my diary has been completely full. These are hectic times, but of course you know that as well as I do. He smiled again, then sipped his coffee. Of course, she mumbled. Absolutely, she added in a clearer voice. The waitress returned with her cappuccino, and she took a quick sip. So, how's your new job, Rebecca? I can imagine it's rather different from working for the security police. It's good, thanks. We've had a bit of trouble getting everything set up. Equipment, staff, licenses, and a whole load of other things. The paperwork has taken much longer than I expected. The wheels of Swedish bureaucracy turn very slowly. You can say that again. This time his smile was easier to return. In which case, I would guess that you've applied to be allowed to bear weapons in the course of your work. It's not usually particularly straightforward for private companies to get approval for that. The state is very precious about its monopoly on violence. She opened her mouth to say something, but closed it again at once. Instead, she merely nodded. She shouldn't really be surprised. Uncle Targa had always seemed to know almost exactly what she was doing, even when she worked for the security police, and nothing seemed to have changed just because she had a new job. The idea that he was somehow watching over her made her earlier disappointment disappear completely. Perhaps I might be able to help. As you know, I still have a number of contacts. That would be great. She remembered very well how his contacts had helped her the previous winter. He had managed to get her cleared of suspicions of misuse of office and saved her from getting fired. She really shouldn't be exploiting his willingness to help in such a paltry manner, but he had volunteered, and she had already had 2 applications for a weapons license rejected. The members of her team were complaining more loudly now, and it was only a matter of time before their grumbling reached the bosses. And that was something she could do without. If it isn't too much trouble, she added. Not at all. I'll make a couple of calls on Monday. No guarantees, of course, but I shall do what I can. What else are friends for, if not to help one another? Thanks very much. I really appreciate it, Uncle Targa. He put his cup down and gently pushed it aside. Now to the matter you were asking about. As I said, I didn't really want to discuss it by email. Some things are better dealt with face to face. She nodded. I'm very happy to tell you about my and your father's shared past. But first, it's my turn to ask you for a small favor, Rebecca. Anything, Uncle Targa, you know that. Good. He lowered his voice and leaned across the table. You mentioned a safe deposit box that had belonged to your father and an old photograph. Yes, that's right. He leaned forward even further. I want you to tell me exactly what you found, Rebecca. It's very important that you don't leave anything out. She was taken aback by the sudden sharpness in his voice and leaned back slightly. Some documents, she replied, fingering her coffee cup. What sort of documents, Rebecca? His stare seemed to go right through her, and she took an exaggeratedly slow sip of coffee to have a reason to look away. Targa Summer was one of her dad's oldest friends, someone she trusted, yet she still felt suddenly hesitant. I understand that this is rather sensitive. We're talking about your father, after all. His tone was softer now, more personal. Let me see.